too much on. I said they should arrest people. The other way they make me laugh. And tomorrow they go forget things. Another one we have.
Yeah,
Not soldiers where they kill and people. Hope they are stupid. Hope even this and they listen to them now. South get that language. The kind of people who they not know. Usually we don't listen.
Yes.
Don't show.
The newspaper headline. Yes. This one now
That's the only condition you go throw their stigma. Any new party that comes, they like
once again, dance. Let's put together happy.
Let's just say, I'm going to stand by them. We do very forward. Imagine if you go into Anambra and they allow him. Why not pump that venue? Oja and we go and so we are Bandits. But we are the one where you have
maybe it's not that is money. Okay, I will have average politician. Senator Atos very nice at the Maverick politician. Senator Atos very nice at the yes. Although figure in the southeast. Senator Atos very nice at the okay, the main headline on the Bandits this morning. Manufacturing sector stagnates. Average GDP contribution 9% in the year. Average GDP contribution 9%. Agriculture 26%. Nigeria well below everything must start. Why not the line finding?
That too is not.
The question I'm asking this morning, what might be the constraints to the stagnation or to the progress of the manufacturing sector? Sector remains largely import dependent. Sector remains largely import dependent. If this sector crumbles, it's going to affect every sector of the Nigeria's economy. Let's look at also other reports. How Ondo Deputy Governor moved against Akeredolu's choice. That is another reporter. ASU's warning strike ends today. Union may go on full-blown action. ASU warning strike ends today. Union may go on full-blown actions. On the 2023 presidency, everyone is talking about the 2023 presidency this morning. Aspirants intensify lobby over zoning as PDP neck meets tomorrow. Aspirants intensify lobby over zoning as PDP neck meets tomorrow. Declare Buhari's pardon for Dariye Nyame illegal syrup, tells court. Declare Buhari's pardon for Dariye Nyame illegal syrup, tells court. Do more to tackle insecurity hunger, Catholic bishop tell leaders. Do more to tackle insecurity hunger, Catholic bishop tell leaders. Accident claims mother, children, police officer in Ibadan. Accident claims mother, children, police officer in Ibadan. Aviation, yes, aviation this morning, Union shut down flight operation in 2-day warning strike. Unions are shut down, but I believe that operations are still going on this morning. UK excludes Nigerian graduates as it begins high potential visa application. UK, sorry, excludes Nigerian graduates as it begins high potential visa application. Power generation falls 25% as discos reject 371 megawatt. Power generation falls 25% as discos reject 371 megawatt. No wonder we have been having epileptic power supply. Yesterday, there was no light where I stay. Epileptic power supply everywhere. As we are standing here currently, this place in Ogba, there is no light. And I believe that has been running for days. As power generation, according to the report, falls 25% as discos reject 371 megawatts. Okay, why I haven't named those behind insecurity in Imo? Why I haven't named those behind insecurity in Imo State? Uzodimma, yes, one of the reasons he said that the security agencies has advised if we are carrying an investigation, you don't need to name the sponsors. If you name the sponsors, when an investigation is being carried, that means we are jeopardizing our efforts. That is from the security agency. So why I haven't named those behind insecurity? Uzodimma speak this morning. Let's go straight to the New Telegraph this morning. New Telegraph, yes. Nzeribe, the curtain falls for Maverick politician at 83. The curtain falls for Maverick politician at 83. Kalu others pay tribute. Kalu others pay tribute. Battle for Okowa's successor and zoning conundrum. Battle for Okowa's successor and zoning conundrum. Remember, there was a viral video yesterday of a customs officer laying his hands, that is, he slapped an SSA to the governor of Delta State, Governor Kowa. Customs slaps an SSA to the governor of Delta State. 675 million naira fraud, prosecutors absent stall trial of Curtis Kingpin. 675 million naira fraud, prosecutors absent stalls trials of Curtis Kingpin. Imo River still disagree on oil wells. Imo River still disagree on oil wells. Uzodimma to seek review of Supreme Court's judgment. Wike wants boundary commission probed. Wike wants boundary commission probed. To 2023, the main headline on the New Telegraph. So tsunami imminent in ABC. Tsunami imminent in APC. Will provide level playing ground for all aspirants during primary at Damu. Will provide level playing ground for all aspirants during primary at Damu. Everything going haywire under ruling party, Bauchi governor. Everything going haywire under ruling party, Bauchi governor. PDP APC no longer Nigeria's choice. So PDP APC no longer the choice of Nigerians. That's from Kwankwaso. ASU ends warning strike, meets to decide student fate. May embark on indefinite strike. ASU ends warning strike today. Yes, meets to decide the fate of Nigerian students. May embark on indefinite strike. Northwest crisis sustained onslaught against terrorists. Buhari charges military. Sustained onslaught against the terrorists. Buhari charges the military. Console victims of Zamfara killings leaves for Abidjan to attend COP15 conference. Outcome of federal government's efforts in battling insecurity underway, says Oshibajo. outcome of federal government efforts in battling insecurity underway. I have Mr. Matthew. Good morning, Mr. Matthew.
Good morning, Mr. Chris.
Happy New Week, Mr. Matthew.
Same to you.
We start with Zamfara this morning. What is the issue with Zamfara state? You know that Zamfara is a gold mining state.
Thank you for having me. Matthew is the name. Zamfara is one of the epicenter of banditry and terrorism of recently. Zamfara, Niger, Katsina, Kaduna, they are the epicenter of banditry. But again, I think the government of Nigeria and the state government in those states are not doing enough to protect life and property. Because all these things we see from government giving reasons, excuse, reason why banditry, kidnapping, terrorism is flourishing. For me, it's like an excuse for failure. And nobody is ready to accept excuse for failure. So what I'm trying to say in essence is, remember that recently, a notorious bandit leader, Nasanda, gave an ultimatum to Zamfara state government on the allegation that they killed his wife and two other of his relatives, that they should pay him 30 million naira or he will kill 300.
It culminated into this.
One can speculate that that is the reason we are seeing the renewed attack in Zamfara state. Because is it on record that government have arrested him, or that the government have paid the ransom, the price, as in his demand, have met his demand? Two things are there. It is either the government of Zamfara state, in conjunction with federal government, through Nigerian security agencies, the DSS, the army, the police have arrested him, or they have met with his demand. If they are not done either of these two, it is one we believe that he is the one perpetrating the mayhem, because bandits are proving that they have the potency, the power to wreak havoc. So if he gave that ultimatum and we are seeing bandits kill recklessly,
This is 55 human beings.
he said he's going to kill 300. So one is free to speculate that he may be the one killing. And the government have no other excuse rather than to rise to the occasion, arrest him and prosecute him. Because the citizens, we cannot stop telling Mr. President to throw in the towel. If somebody have given an ultimatum to a state government that they should pay 30 million or he killed 300 Nigerians, and he's not arrested, he's moving freely, I don't know where he is anyway, because I don't have any classified information. But there's no record of the government claiming to have arrested him.
Okay,
And they have shown that they had capacity to kill. And they have shown that they don't have value for human life. So why should government allow such person to be circulating in the society? The same government that will tell us that the reason they are not bombarding bandits is because they cohabit with law-abiding citizens. That bombing them will lead to colossal damage in terms of killing innocent Nigerians. And you have a bandit leader that giving made such demand, and the government is not arresting him, is not killing him, he's still in circulation. So it means the people in that locality, in that state, will be at his mercy, because they are showing the potency to wreak havoc. The government may call the ragtag group, they may call the non-state actors, but the truth is that they are shown that they have the potency to engage Nigerian military.
Let's look at the mineral resource in Zamfara state that is controlled by the state government. Some people have argued that that mineral resource is supposed to be controlled by the federal government. What is your take?
There's no contention, there's no argument about it. Going by the extant laws of this country, the same law that says that the crude oil that you find in the Niger Delta, in some southeastern part of the country, some in the southwestern part of the country, the same law that says that it belongs to federal government, the same law make all solid mineral anywhere it is deposited in Nigeria the exclusive reserve of the federal government and the commonwealth of everybody.
Zamfara state is an exclusion.
It tells you the imbalance in Nigerian system. It tells you how the government choose and pick how to apply the law as it pleases them. But if you question it, they will tell you that the state governments are not mining it. But from what we can understand, there are so many illegality going on in that Zamfara state as a direct relationship between the mining of gold. Because you even have people who come on their own, not under any authority. They dash into the potential areas where you find gold and start mining. There are indications and there are speculation at the time that chopper, helicopter brings weapon for bandits in that environment. Don't forget that at the point, the president have to make Zamfara state a no-fly zone. So if they were not unauthorized aircraft, chopper, helicopter flying in that area, the government will not make it a no-fly zone. So what I'm saying is, in essence, is the government of Zamfara state or any other person for that matter have no right under the Nigerian constitution to start exploring gold or any other solid mineral for that matter. Even in the area of quarrying rock, it's supposed to be for federal government, because the same way you are tapping crude oil in Niger Delta, and anybody that goes to there to sabotage NNPC's pipeline is regarded as enemy of state, and the federal government will use all federal might against the person. The same way they are supposed to use that federal might against anybody exploring gold in Zamfara state and even quarrying rock without due process.
Okay, let's look at ASU's warning strike ends today. Union may go on full-blown action.
I think the federal government is not ready to listen to ASU. I think what is needed at this point is some bodies that had what it takes to put pressure on government to show solidarity with ASU. I'm talking about NSC and the TUC. Because except until a body like NSC and TUC go on strike in solidarity with ASU, I don't see federal government doing anything. Because the way it stands, they have developed thick skin. Because after all, what do they stand to lose? Even if there is no human capital in Nigeria as a result of the low standard of education, they are not affected because they send their children to other parts of the country to acquire better education at the expense of ordinary Nigerians. Those who come back here, even as expatriates. So since they have nothing to lose, they will not make it a priority. So the only way ASU can drive home their point is to campaign the needed pressure on federal government, is to see how they draft Labour Congress and TUC, Trade Union Congress, into having solidarity with them and embarking on nationwide strike and possible a protest. That is the only thing that the government listens to. The government of Nigeria do not listen to dialogue. They only listen to action. When you march,
you support the activities of agitators.
I support protests against the government to make government see reason why they should fund Nigerian high institutions. As we speak today, human capital is low. You and I know that where human capital has to do with the skills, the knowledge, the experience that are needed to drive the economy. So if the students who are coming out from the schools do not have these potentials, how do you turn around the economy? And if you get it right in human capital, you are solved 50% of Nigerian problem, because the personnel that will drive the process of all the components of the economy will have the competence to do it. So until ASU is fighting a good fight, and the government seems to be adamant because they have nothing to lose. I mean, the government personalities, the ministers, the commissioners, the governors, the president, the vice president, the political appointees, they have nothing to lose because they have their children schooling abroad. Those don't come back here as expatriates and get the best job. So the common man that needs that human capital development is the one that is going to all Nigerian tertiary institutions. And they are the receiving end of the failure of federal government to fund education.
Okay, why I haven't named those behind insecurity in Imo State, Uzodinma? One of the reasons he said, if an investigation is being carried out, you don't need to name.
Until he leaves office, that is until he leaves office.
The investigations are ongoing.
Is it until he leaves office?
You understand what I'm saying?
What I do not understand what you are saying. Look at the oil west. Look at the 17 oil west.
Okay.
He lost to River State.
Yeah, see,
he said he's going to approach Supreme Court that they should revisit it. He now wants Supreme Court to sit on appeal over his own judgment. I think that should be medicine after death anyway. What I'm saying is, if at all he has classified information as to who is doing what.
When an investigation is going on.
How long will the investigation take?
No, I don't know. I'm not.
I see that statement as being political, because it's like he wants to push, absorb himself of culpability. Because whether I would like it or not, the failure of security in Imo State is the failure of Hope Uzodinma as the governor and the chief security officer of the state. It behoves on him to protect life and property. It's another thing to say that he do not command the police, he do not command the army. But there is no point in time in Nigeria where all the governors who feel shortchanged as a result of federal government not divulging some power, security power to them, have come together to challenge federal government to divulge some power to them. If they come in unison, they have potent power to fight. After all, when Mr. President signed Order 10, compelling state governors to pay judiciary the money that is due to them, and when they refuse to pay, that the federal government reserve the right through a finance minister to withdraw from source before they get their monthly allocation and give to those arms of government. They synergize and went against federal government, and federal government rescind that decision. So if they know they are shortchanged in terms of federal government not divulging some security power to them, they should come in unison and fight federal government for the federal government to release some security power to them. So when there is a security failure in a state, the governor has failed.
Okay, power generation falls at 25% as discos reject 371 megawatts.
You see, these costs are part of Nigerian problem in terms of power supply, generation supply. But the major problem is NEC, National Electricity Regulatory Commission. Because the truth is this, from privatization, the controversial agreement the discos enter with federal government is that over time they are going to improve on their capacity to distribute. Because if you receive load in terms of megawatt from Transmission Company of Nigeria, you have nowhere to store it. You distribute as you receive. So if you don't have capacity to distribute and you receive it, it will be counted for you that you have received that load and will be made to pay accordingly. That best explains the reason they are rejecting the load. And they are not able to distribute more than what they are doing currently because they fail to invest money to improve on their capacity to distribute. Under such a situation, the regulator needs to step in to compel those discos to inject money into the network to improve on their capacity to distribute. If they are not ready to do that, it means they are reneging on their contractual agreement, and the regulator has the right to revoke the contract and give it to a more competent company that has the capacity to do the job. Because the way it stands, they are all collectively proved that they don't have capacity to do the job. You cannot just be collecting money from consumers alone and you refuse to invest to improve on the on your capacity to distribute. So everything still fall back to federal government that is owner of the regulator. As we speak, transmission is in the hand of the federal government. Before the government came on board, it's on record that we have capacity to generate 12,000 megawatts. Where the problem lies is distribution. And you need to invest in the network, you need to invest in the sector, in the distribution sector to improve the capacity to distribute. And over the years, after privatization, these discos have bluntly refused to invest to improve on their capacity to distribute. And that is why we are in this sorry state.
Okay, lastly, do more to tackle insecurity, hunger. Catholic bishops tell leaders. How many times are we going to tell these leaders?
We are tired of saying it, though the essence of charging them to do more cannot be emphasized. But we are tired of telling them. That is why we are even telling Mr. President that he should do the honorable thing to resign. If you know he's no longer, he don't have the capacity to address the myriad of insecurity challenges we are facing. We can, because why will you be sitting in at the comfort of your office? As we speak, you have about official figure, about 68 Nigerians in captivity in Nigeria. A supposed sovereign state. I mean, Nigeria is a supposed sovereign state. You have all the 7 heads sitting in their offices, go about with their retinue of security aides. And the ordinary man that needed security is at the mercy of bandits, terrorists, kidnappers. So for me, the president should do more. And if you know he doesn't have the capacity to do more, let him resign so that the person that had the strategy and a new approach will come in.
In response to this, Osibajo says that the outcome of federal government efforts in battling insecurity underway. Says Osibajo.
Underway after how many years in the saddle? The government is winding down. I don't think are political statements. They don't carry any weight.
Okay.
You have stayed seven. Don't forget that when the president won the election in 2015, his inaugural speech, he did tell the former chief of army staff, Brutai, to permanently relocate to Maiduguri until Boko Haram is completely subdued. Under the watch of Brutai, we saw this swap coming out of out. Under the watch of Brutai too, we saw banditry in Zamfara, in Kaduna, in Niger, in Katsina, though they have not tagged them terrorist group. So the Osibanjo should not be telling us that. You see why I faulted Osibanjo's aspiration? Because he's telling us that he's going to continue from where Buhari stopped. So where is he? Where has Buhari stopped? Insecurity is at the highest level. Is that where it's going to continue from? Economy is in shambles. Is that where it's going to continue from? So me, I do not know. I would have taken Osibanjo seriously if he had given us another roadmap, not telling us that I want to continue from where Buhari stopped. Because for me, it's not a government that hurriedly went to open border to placate Nigerians because we are approaching the election. Is that the government we are looking at? Somebody following their footsteps? They merely went to open the border to placate Nigerians because we are approaching the election year, not because they want the good of Nigerians. After all, the benefit they say is accruing to Nigeria as a result of border closure. I don't know how they are doing it because they claim that rice farmers are benefiting from it, poultry farmers are benefiting from it. But if you look at overall interest of Nigerians, the border closure have done more damage than good. So, and you cannot tell me that the government has successfully tamed smuggling of all these items. And they claim that part of the reason they shut the border is proliferation of light weapons. Did we check activities of bandits, kidnappers, terrorists? Obviously, no. So we should have been asking government question: what did you achieve with this border closure? And we see somebody who is number 2 in this government say he want to continue with that government. For me, the statement that came from Osibanjo that the approach to overcome the rate of insecurity is underway, I see that political.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much,
Mr. Matthew. I have Mr. Chigozie this morning. Good morning, Mr. Chigozie.
Yeah, good morning, Christian. Good morning to SMQ.
We have heard another one. Bandits kill 55 in fresh Zamfara attacks.
Well, I want to start by saying that in a bid to unravel the purported assassination or killing of the 2 couples that was alleged to have happened in Imo State, I think I listened to the spokesperson of IPOB. He debunked those allegations that they have conducted, of course, their search within the entire Imo State to ascertain exactly where that thing happened. And nobody, no family, no parents has been able, or siblings have been able to lay claim that the lady involved has from Imo State. Nobody has been able to establish that. So probably it could be a doctored video or whatever, edited or just to blackmail the people. Ima Powerful came out to say that if the military, of course, have their proof where such thing happened and where the lady has from, they should tell the world so that the world will know that such thing never happened in Imo State. I think we are anticipating the further claims or counter claims in this respect. So as it stands now, no community, no family have been able to come up and say, this is our daughter, or we can identify this person. So it is, as it stands now, is a mere propaganda and unfounded allegation.
Let's look at why I haven't named those behind insecurity in Imo State.
Well, I think whatever be the reason, I think is personal to him, and I think a responsible citizen or supposed government should have done everything possible to unmask, of course, the personalities behind the scene acting in this manner. Of course, he have made a public declaration that the unrest and the destruction of life and property, we are not, of course, IPOB, we are not part of that. These are political gladiators who, of course, feel aggrieved for him occupying the seat of power. So, as it stands now, IPOB is out of it. So, it's now between Hope Uzodinma and his political oligarchies. So, if he's keeping back the names of the supposed terrorists or whatever political gladiators sponsoring unrest within, of course, Imo State, is probably means that he should be an accomplice for, of course, trying to hide or give a cover to those criminals. If his hands are clean, I think he should come up to make it open so that people will know who are the people destroying my brothers and sisters. Otherwise, he is of the supposed first citizen of Imo State. So if he should, at this time, where everywhere is boiling, decide to cover up, well, then I think he should be held responsible for any life that is lost across Imo State. And it's unfortunate, the killings within Nigeria is unabated. Imagine 55 people lost. And who can believe that report? When they say 55, you can multiply it by a factor of 10. Who is there to know? Nigerian journalists are not, they are so, lazy that they can't conduct investigative journalism. They are only waiting for concocted informations to dispense to the world. So they should go and find out and ascertain exactly the number of casualties, of course, and communities that have been raided and destroyed by the bandits. And you call them bandits, ordinary bandits. Ordinary bandits taking the life of supposed citizens of Nigeria. And the government of Nigeria feel helpless and ineptitude, unable to, of course, live up to its constitutional responsibility. So what did you say about such government?
Okay, let's look at the crisis in Zamfara State. Somebody said that the gold mined in Zamfara State supposedly should be mined by the federal government, but is mined by the state government. And that's causing crisis.
And that is very unfortunate. This is the realities. I think it's more or less cropping up in recent times. This has been decades of injustice. When we talk of injustice and marginalization, these are, of course, the basis of our argument. How could you, of course, the federal government said that there are 68 items under exclusive list, federal government exclusive list, which includes the mining of gold. Why is it that, unfortunately, they refuse to take over the exploration or the mining of gold? And it is now within the coffers of the northern politicians that the Zamfara gold now belongs to Zamfara people, belongs to the governors and the political gladiators within those regions. And the proceeds of those golds, the mining of those golds, are not remitted to the federal coffer. Is it not an injustice? Why you concentrate on the southern source of revenue, the oil in the south, and the oil in south, rather than using it, harnessing it, and using it to solve the problem of the southern people? You now, of course, bring it to the public. It becomes a public property. Why the gold in the north becomes a personal and family property? You see the level of injustice. That's why under this configuration, no nation can move forward. You see, there is high level of injustice and unfairness meted out and supervised by the state governments. So, are you telling me that the federal government is not aware? I was told that a bar of gold is sold for 6 billion. That the CBN governor, but always take it from them, from direct to the state government of Zamfara, and remit the money to the state's treasury. You see, there is keep playing on, and people are covering up. Nobody's saying about that. They're only interested in the oil from the south, and if people from the south cries out as a result of marginalization and the desecration of their ecosystem, and people will be shouting, "Why must you cry? The oil belongs to Nigeria." But the gold that is mined from the north does not belong to Nigeria. It belongs to the northern family. It belongs to the northern states. You can imagine the level of madness and the rascality of this government. It's unfortunate. Not until these things have been addressed, of course, we will not get fairness, of course, and there will be peace in Nigeria. These are fundamental things. That's why most of the bandits is thriving, because the northern political elites want to kill themselves. They want to usurp the money and, of course, take that money for themselves. And that is very fundamental. And we must ensure that there is, in a bid to build an egalitarian society, to build a society that can be acceptable by all, we must, of course, give a level playing ground, and everybody should be treated as citizens and not being preferred. Some being preferred as aliens and fugitives. It's very unfortunate.
There's a research recently. People like Nigerians have been prescribed with anxiety and depression on the increase.
That is what you have in a society that is anti-human. The policies of the government is anti the people, and that is what you have, where you have clueless and people within the corridor of power who are disillusioned, who have no vision and lacks direction. That is what is happening. You see, most of Nigerians in diaspora who are enjoying, of course, the beauty of those regions across the West, the Europes and all that. You see, because people were able to build those countries. And now, even the Nigerians can benefit what they cannot benefit in their supposed country. So what are you taking? That is what you sow. Whatever you sow, you reap. Americans were able to build a system that is sustainable, that is focused on and driven by, of course, ingenuity, and to protect the civil rights of the people. And over 200 years, the Constitution is still valid and relevant, serving the American populace. But can that be the same in Nigeria? You see, in less than 6 decades, in less than 6 years of independence, Nigeria was thrown into chaos, thrown into civil unrest, which, of course, they have not recovered their parts from that aftermath of the Civil War. Which is still haunting us. Depression is on the high increase. Why would it be when you have a family and you have no source of livelihood, or perhaps you are underemployed? What happens to the children? Most of the out-of-school children have no place to call their home. They have been neglected and, of course, abandoned by the society. So what do you expect? Of course, there are millions of people out there without jobs, and most of them are even underemployed.
Okay.
Where we have over 90% of the teeming population of the youths that have no source of livelihood. Of course, the crime will be on increase, and that is just the definition of what the Nigerian state represents. That's why we'll continue to call for a system where, of course, we must, of course, entrench, of course, democratic norms, where we can call a viable society. This is not a society. It is anti-human. Of course, we will continue to call for a system that will abolish this Armageddon. We are already in total war. Nigeria is at war with itself, killing its own people under disguise, in the bid to sustain a failing system. We must call for referendum, and of course, now that the United Nations are now visiting Nigeria, I think they should pay more attention and more priority on the peaceful disintegration of this contraption, so that humanity can be saved, so that the rate of depression and the anarchy, of course, experienced within the country will become a thing of the past. Not until this is done, the narrative will never change.
Thank you.
Chigozie Ndibo.
Thank you, Mr. Chigozie. I have Oluwa one.
Yeah, the kingdom.
We have come with the language.
The language of the peacemaker, of the one a peaceful Nigeria.
You want a peaceful Nigeria.
That's why. So we are here to demonstrate the language of the cause. We are Oluwa one.
Okay, let's look at you saw that video where a custom officer slapped an aide to the governor of Delta State.
Custom officer slapped him.
Yeah.
I never see the video. Maybe that is bad. That is bad.
Okay.
Custom officer, what rank has he had? What power authorizing to slap and take of the government? That's language tells you that the system of Nigeria is failed apart. Things are fall apart everywhere. Nigeria is a failed home.
Do you have any experience of security agencies maltreating you?
I never had the experience before. I've seen the experience. Because it depends on your manner of approach. That people can mobilize you and brutalize you.
Okay. Bandits kill 55 in fresh Zamfara attacks.
55. Every day they kill people in Zamfara. Every day they kill people in Nigeria. I say Nigeria is a failed state. Zamfara. And most of the Nigeria top security officers are from that zone. And they clean them with agenda because they have an hidden agenda. You can't be killing tomorrow. Now you see Plateau State 50. Next tomorrow you see Katsina 100. So they try to create a fear in the mind of Nigeria and in the mind of the international community that something is coming, and if we are not be careful with our eyes set, something is going to happen, and there will be no election in 2023. This is an agenda. Can't you see every day killing? 55. They are not animals. Before you say 55, many are gone. So there will never be a peace. They are trying to create an environment where they will stay there.
What is the president doing?
The president is just looking and laughing. Laughing. He's not doing anything. What is he doing? Maybe first I did killing, today killing, tomorrow killing, and he just sitting down there, writing the budget and diverting the money.
They say that they
are not working. See the other day now when that salad day, see the message he give to Nigeria. He said they will crash those bandits. They will make sure those kidnapping, those killing Nigeria, they will be bring to book, apprehended. See what just happened now. Is that a statement that you will take from the president? Under just a week back, the statement is not got to and worse. So he just say a language, the brains take it away. The language never manifests. The command never manifests.
Okay. Let's look at why I haven't named those behind insecurity in Imo State. Uzodimma
is playing game with his own people. But forgetting that one day he's going to leave that post. He's going to leave government house and go to his house. So you are killing your people in the name of people sponsoring people to kill your people. That one is a fucking bullshit. You are the president, you are the governor of the state, you are the number one security man of that state. So you can't be afraid of naming people that are sponsoring killing. You said it the other time, not a month ago. They say the list is now out, they will name it till now, and they are still killing people. Killing people, not animals. It's very bad of you. So those are not the type of people that we have. They can never come to government anymore. They are just there to suck the masses, to suck the treasure of the states. They are no animal killing in Imo every day.
Are you saying our military, they are not capable?
They are not capable because they are being undermined. They are being undermined by the situation on ground. Whereby before, when we say Nigeria military, go to Sierra Leone, go to Monrovia, go to those days when Ecomo was Ecomo. Now they are all buying houses in Dubai. Everybody is a politician soldier now. The military are now politics. Policies are now enter inside them. They now suck the blood of politicians and they now become a vampire. Instead of protecting their own people, they are killing their own people. Go to Dubai. The highest building in Dubai is bought by our military officers. Can you imagine? People die every day. How many is bandits? How many are the terrorists? How many are those people around? Let us face them with reality. They will be teams of the past.
If you have the opportunity, would you want to face the bandits?
If I have the opportunity, I will face the bandits because we have the capacity of doing it. because of the money on the ground. We don't have that capacity anymore because they're just projecting the security, the military security have the highest budget, billions of dollars. Nothing's happening. It's a fucking hell.
Okay, lastly, what's your advice? Now that election is drawing near, what's your advice?
Election is coming. We are thanking God that the election is coming because all their plan is not going to come to pass. We are going to vote. I've advised my fellow Nigeria to come outside, go and get to police, and let off. It's time to move those people out. They are garbage. The garbage is getting out of hand. We don't tire to carry any more of their shit. You can't carry their shit anymore. Their shit is still getting out of hand. The smell is like we let all of us come outside and pull those garbage out.
Okay.
They are killers. I don't like.
Thank you very much, Oluwawan. I have an engineer. Good morning, engineer. Good morning. Good morning, engineer. After engineer, pastor.
Good morning.
Engineer, good morning.
Morning.
How are you?
Everything's fine.
Yes, we are looking at two things this morning. Now, 55 persons killed in Zamfara State. And Osibajo says that, says that outcome of FG's efforts in battling insecurity underway. Now we are going to see what the government is doing very soon. 55 killed in Zamfara State.
What I can say concerning that issue now, because Nigeria matter or Shubajo and your master, I tire for their talk. Because their talk is no even manufacturer. They are only talk, but there's no performance. Shebi or Shubajo tell us that they are making one powerful something they want to use to burn Boko Haram. Since December, we enter January, February, we don't see the anything. Forget these people. That's why if Shubajo be president again, it's what we are experiencing now, will still be experienced again. Because I'm not seeing Oshibajo that he called himself pastor, one of the redeemed pastors. And he was telling Nigeria something that something they cannot even do. Because 55 people died, and it's not today people are dying in Zamfara.
They are not today.
And another 55 die now, and there's no any action.
So our military are doing nothing.
The military, they are trying, but they are not trying. Do you know this? I said they are trying because many of them are dying. But if the ministry wants to do this job, normal job, I believe they can do normal job. But I still take this thing, play gamble. You know what I mean? Because some of the ministry now, if you see them now, you see them for hotel, see them in the street, the matter that is not concerning them, be doing it. But the main job they cannot work onto it. Because the leader said they are not performing very well. You know what I mean? Huh? They are taking the job play.
Why don't the president fire the leaders? They're not performing very well.
The Mr. President and the leader of the Nigerian leader of those things, they are not serious now. Is there anyone serious out of them? Let the people go and kill all the governor or their wife and this thing. They will find solution now. Because they are not kill their wife, they are not kill governor. Let's say now, if Nigeria want to be okay now, let them go and kill like 5 governors today, and kill some senator. We will see that Nigeria will have a solution. Because this matter is not reach them. So they are just go to the Senate house, talk blah 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 blah, and left the place. I pray one day you will fire for their head.
They're praying.
Yes, now because they think that what's happening for people now, where they cannot see on it. If you happen to them, when it happen to them, we will not see their action. Let them see. I always say something. Let this happen to them. If I be one of the people now, I will target like governor, like senator, like their wife, like their children. Let them kill them. We will see them. They will go to the house, begin to shout, to do one solution. Let the chief of army staff, let the Boko Haram kill his wife and his children. They will find solution. Because the matter is not reach them. It's the innocent people that are dying. So they can just go and talk anyhow. There's no solution for the matter. Every day talk.
What do you think Nigeria needs now?
What Nigeria needs now? Nigeria needs God to intervene for this matter. And let God choose a good leader for us. We can make Nigeria a peace. Because it's only God can intervene in this matter.
So we don't have anything we can do as Nigerians. There's nothing we can do.
See, there's a power that is beyond your power. You close to God, you ask for God. Because this matter now is beyond Nigerian power now. Every blessed day, people will die. People will die. People will die. You hear this different news, bad news. Even though sometimes I don't want to listen to news again. Because when you hear news, you hear 20 people die here. Because I only pity as a human being. How come people die like that? Okay.
Okay, ASU still on strike despite the meeting.
I better forget ASU. ASU and federal government, I don't want to hear any concern there. Because ASU people, if it's something that they have a children in the school in Nigeria, they can't be doing this thing. They will sit down with the government. They will, and because the two of them, they are children in school in abroad, all those things. So there's no strike there. So they can be using the other people picking, play any gamble. Does that mean no? That's it.
You're saying that they can resolve this thing without any.
They can resolve the matter now because two of them can resolve from one place. But one, the government said this is what they have. The other said this is what they wanted to collect. And okay, let them come back to the one they have there. Collect that one first. The later they will fight for the rest. But they don't want to do that. Do you get me now? And the government don't want to do something better for the ASU. And if you look the Nigeria, the Senate, House Assembly, all of them, they are making money. But let them try to make the people happy. And the people that should sit down and reason. Look at this, our students now, if they don't go to school, this will be affecting them. Let them reason because of the students. You get me now? They should not say do or die. They go for over a year strike before. The ASU. If I be a student, be one of the students, I swear God that I created heaven and earth. I will make sure that I keep part of the killing. No, forget. No. I'm telling you, wait, because they are eating fine. They are living financing, they are doing this thing. I will make sure that I key out of the. No, it's not acceptable. But how do they? If it's something bad happens,
you want to commit crime?
Forget, you need to commit. If you don't commit for this Nigeria, still is not be okay. Forget Nigeria now. They don't want the leader we have now. It's better for people to commit very well for their head, so that they will not serious. What's happening in Nigeria is not the leader. They are causing the many problems. Nigeria is not been like this before. It's because of what's happening in Nigeria. Make everybody changing mind. You get me now? They will do it so that the student will change mind. They will bow to the lecturer. Forget about it. All the lecturer and the preacher, all those nonsense people, they are.
That is the way to go. Violence.
It's a way. It's a way. Sometimes you make a violence because of solution can come. That's what I mean. If you don't make a violence, there's no solution. Because they are doing it peace now, they don't want to listen to the students too. And let the student make a violence with them. So that they will not sit down. Two of them will not sit down. They will fight. They will come outside.
Okay, let's look at.
Okay, over 1 year they go strike. It's not the people that pay for the school fees. This is that easy for a children to go to school. It's not the children a parent before they gather the money they pay for you to go to school. It's a man or something. Okay, over a year they go to strike. They go another strike again. They are planned to go another heavy strike again. Because of what? Because they are eating fine now. Upon if they go to the side, they will later collect their money again.
Yeah.
They out of the students.
They collect their salaries.
Let them make a bigger riot and everything happen. Let everything just scatter again. Everything is scatter. If everything is scatter, if everyone wants to go, everyone should go. Because every day, nonsense, you will be hearing nonsense. The truth is that everybody is a fool. Everybody is a fool. They cannot be calling us fool every day. Over 1 year, go to strike. They don't pity the students. They don't pity their parents. They are still planning even things again. And now they will collect their money. Abi?
Most of their children, they are not.
And their children, they have been in Canada, UK, all those things, they are living fine there. And it's just that Nigeria is not be happy. Before the parents get the money, some of the parents, they go do cassava. Some of the parents go freshen water for somebody. Some of the parents go and wash clothes for somebody before they see the money pay for the student. And out of the people that have been in position in Nigeria today, their parents suffer before they be in that position. But they cannot reason say, so suffer is not easy. When they get the power finish, they will leave Nigeria. They will be doing nonsense. Some of them, they are building house up and down, build hotel up and down, buy car for women, do many things. They don't think about the the poor.
So the solution is
No, the solution is to make a big riot for their head. I can even support self. I volunteer myself. See, there's something Nigeria need it. Because what we're doing is say, may we make peace in Nigeria. But the leader, they are not go out to make peace. Look at what's called answer. When they started, they are playing with the matter. Until the matter now come up. Something they want to sit down in time and point the matter and settle it. No, they will leave the matter. Look at this now. They go 2 weeks, 2 months, as now. They are planning to go on the further notice. What federal government is supposed to do before now? They ask what supposed to do before now. They are not pitching the parents, they pay the school fees of the students because they are eating fine.
okay. Thank you very much, engineer, for your analysis this morning. Thank you.
Nigeria, they should take time. If they not take time, it will be. I always say something before. The big man in this country will still be time. They will run enter bush. The bush will not contain there. They will run enter church. The church will not contain there. They will go to the Abalis house. Will not contain there. Time is coming for that. If they not change and do something better.
Okay.
You know that TV show I told them before Nigeria can be okay. Not only Nigeria, say they should be taking youth along anything they are doing so that Nigeria will be okay. If they're not serious now, for the students to go back to school now, they will see what's going to happen by the government.
Have a Pastor Ubong. Pastor Ubong.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Yeah, good
This one you addressed in your party. Is it your party? Your party, Asaya?
Yes, GPN, good people.
Yeah. GPN is good people.
Good people, Nigeria. So that's what we are standing
You were
for.
talking about the ASU strike, the unending strike.
Yes.
What is your take?
The ASU strike, I keep saying ASU is a crook. ASU himself is a crook. You know what I mean? Buhari is not the kind of president that they would toy with. That's why it's too long like this. Why is the one kind president he can't toy with anyhow? Does that mean? ASU have been robbing federal government, every tenor that come, ASU rob. Every tenor that come, ASU rob PDP. For Jonathan, they rob it. They come to rob APC. Buhari no be man wey fit turn like this, no possible. They rob Jonathan, 20 billion. ASU.
Have you gone to our schools, our
You
universities?
listen to me. ASU have no business with preparing, university. Your business is to study children. What day is what Minister of Education? Take care of universities. Go and sit down with the man that are robber. ASU are robbers. They are stupid. They are bad drunk.
But do you know the salary of a lecturer?
Listen to me. Teach the children. Forget about salary where you go chop. Don't begin to hungry about president's salary.
What could that pay?
Listen to me. If they pay you, as I do so, anything where I work, I'm a steward to it. If I'm a doctor, I'm to save life. Either I see the money and my life is to save life. My life that I signed for in this world as a stewardship of God is to save life. And I they pay me money or not pay me, I must give somebody fencing to his head to be normal. I must give somebody panel for the head to be normal.
So if
I'm a teacher, I'm coming. If I'm a teacher, listen to me.
Take care of yourself. How will you take care of
Bro,
somebody else?
nobody take care of anybody than God. Nobody. If I'm a teacher now to teach the children, God see my heart and I teach the children, He go feed me. God go feed me. If God know that you do right, even government go pay you. You know what Bible said? He said all things work together for good for them that what? That fears God. That's what you need to understand.
That love God.
That love God.
Love fear.
That is it. Fear and love is God. Is what I say. So you need to understand the foundation that lead the world. If I take your children, teach them well, do good to them, God saves in my heart. God can even allow government to even bias me my salary.
So what you're asking for is not
what they're asking for is hypocrisy. Is that deep down power drunk from them. As they've been collecting people money from government, but they say don't give you. Why no man that is a busu? You can't touch bad anyhow. Why no be see no be now busu man? You can't touch anyhow. It's a busu man. You need to understand the body. You know my man. You know be my man. You can't be judged with body. You don't look young, walk away. See, you know remember your mother.
But you don't remember your matter for 20
So
minutes.
what do you think should be the solution to all these crises?
As to go back, let the children go to school, they are criminal.
Without salaries?
Listen to me.
Increase the salaries?
What? Listen. I tell you what I have to tell you now. Everything that happens, your payment comes from God. Abi? Even you work, for you to pay salary comes from grace of God. Abi? If you do good, they go pay salary.
Heaven.
You are what? You are a thief. You are a thief.
The kingdom of
Go
heaven.
back and teach your children.
The kingdom of heaven suffered violence.
The violence won't take it by force. You don't violent for all this long.
It's not God, though.
No.
It's
You
not
don't violent with it. You don't get violent for all this long. You are destroying the children. People pay their children's school fee. You know they see for this
They're
country.
asking for their rights.
The cost is upon them.
The ASU,
I'm coming. Listen to me.
asking for their rights.
The ghost of the student parents paying the children's school fee, and they would kneel down and pray to God. The ghost is a pay against ASU.
I'll ask you a question. What is the salary structure of?
Even though the salary structure is 1 naira, bros, if it's 1 naira, serve what you signed to serve.
No, it's not possible.
You don't understand what I'm saying?
For you to go on without
bros.
being paid.
You are journalist now.
Yes.
Okay, if your Oga receive, maybe you know keep the salary for this month. You know, go interview us.
First Bank, yeah.
You know, I'm coming. You know,
First Bank has reduced the operations till 2 o'clock.
You know, secret me.
So why would they?
Anything you do in this world, you do it perfect. God cannot allow anyone to hold you. God know your heart. You need God. You receive something. You must have something. Bible says, you will sweat deep, but chop by your. So if you sweat, you must chop. As for lazy.
Okay.
Just scammers.
Why I haven't named those behind Insecurity?
As to as scammers. Stop scamming the federal government. They will not give one. Why did not be man you can toy with? Get out. Let the children go to school.
Don't be a rebel.
I'm a rebel now.
Don't be a rebel.
I'm very sorry. But I try to be
rebel.
rebel. I don't know why people come rebel.
Okay.
Because of anger.
Why I haven't named those behind Insecurity in Imo State?
Yes, because he cannot name it. He cannot name it. You know what? He cannot name them. Usorima are the people that be in the Enugu State, Imo State. Some of them support Biafra. Some of them don't support Biafra. You get my point? So it's very difficult for you to open up. Very difficult for you to open up. There's a problem in the East. And if they know
There's a problem everywhere.
Yes. If they know say you really support Nigeria, you don't support Biafra well, bro, people are living in fear. They will assassinate you. Those that could any husband die assassinated. The mother, the wife he go to school by federal government. Brother, could already go to school by federal government. Yes. He was the most best woman ever in the history of Nigeria. When it was service of what government? They kill the woman and kill the husband by assassination. In Imo State, anybody that don't like Biafra well, you are in trouble. You know what I mean? So the governor is wiser. Governor is wiser. He's a wise man. Yeah, man.
So why can't he name those behind?
He can't name them.
Why can't he name them?
The land they live is a rich land. Igbo land today is a rich land. Rich. You take rich to live in Igbo land.
So the governor is afraid?
Even well, you know for afraid. Understand me?
No, I'm saying the governor. So the governor is afraid.
Listen to me. The governor himself is a wise man. You need to understand.
And he's afraid.
If I talk about wise man, he's a wise man. You understand me? Now, a governor knows if these people being disclosed, him himself. So, guy working in the soil is a risk. Drinking water is a risk.
Yeah.
Eating food is a risk.
Yeah.
Guys, you are just.
Okay, let's go to Zamfara State. Bandits killed 55 in fresh.
They go still the kill, I tell you, until I come in. I'm going to sweep up the bottom.
No, that's not a good.
You don't understand.
But that's not a good. You're behaving like Buhari in 2014.
See, I will be a one man ever standing.
Why we say you do say they will continue killing until coming?
Until I come in to sweep the button off.
So people continue dying.
They will die. Until I come in.
No, I don't.
No, go believe. Listen to me.
Your prayer is not a good prayer.
Let me tell you one thing. There's a destiny for somebody to do something. There's destiny. You may be body may be there for 200 years, but because not his destiny cannot solve the Nigerian problem. It's my destiny. I will solve it just what them don't.
Have you declared for presidency?
That is it. I'm working on it. You need to understand. GPN is coming in.
There's no time.
We are the one to listen to me.
There's no time.
Forget about time. We are the one to end every problem in the country. We know how to please the heart of the gods. We know how to please even your heart.
Don't hit my hand.
That is it.
Don't hit it.
What we talk is what we do. And we peace the heart of the gods. The gods have peace in the heart. Insecurity is do what?
Okay, how will you tackle insecurity in the north?
Now the north, it's just I tell you,
president.
Yes, you need to understand. What is happening is spiritual thing, not the physical thing. I get the key. What is happening in north? Killing everything.
Let me understand.
It was bandits before. It was a Boko Haram before. After it turned to bandits and X-Men, it will come for another one. If they defeat bandits, another name must come out. So they were still killing. Because why? It's a spiritual thing. Until I switch the button, bam, the end.
Why don't you switch it now?
Now, no, I can't. I'm the power. No.
You're be selfish.
When I sit, I'm coming. I go sit down for power. Listen to me.
Before you can switch it.
Yes. The power will make me switch it off. Okay. When I sit down there, switch it off, bam, it's over.
Okay, what's your advice? 2023.
2023. It will still be bad government.
So you're not going to come out before then?
You know, I understand what I'm telling you. GPN party is coming in, work strong, and take over.
Okay.
You understand me? It's coming in, work strong, and become Tycoon, take over, and piece everything down.
Okay.
I am the way. It's nobody.
Okay, thank you very much.
GPN, good people, Nigerian, good people. You cannot go without him.
Okay, thank you very much.
The power of transformation.
Pastor Obon. Good morning.
See your brother. See our president. Mr. Raphael. Mr. Raphael and Mr. Chigozie.
Mr. Raphael is the campaign.
No,
he's the campaign officer.
Of good people Nigeria. Nigerian good people.
The campaign manager of good people Nigeria. Okay, let's look at Zamfara State. With the killed in Zamfara.
Mr. Chigozie is now a menace in society. Mr. Chigozie, you are now behaving like a bandit in the society. Maybe probably the federal government need to sue you because this is how bandits behaves and Boko Haram. That's how they all started from. Disturbing the peace of the society.
I don't know, how did they start?
Ask Mr. Chigozie when he's on air. Ask him. Ask Mr. Chigozie. Ask him. You know what he did. He knows. So let's go to the.
Okay, let's look at Zamfara State. Bandits P55 in fresh attack.
Mr. Chigozie, see, Mr. Christian, I don't have anything to do with bandits. Let them kill anybody they want to kill. Whosoever they want to die, let them die. It is
it because he has not got into
it? Is not because even if you get to me fine, if you don't get to me fine. What every day killing. And now the president promised to end insecurity. Yesterday he left the country.
So
has not traveled. So now when waving, he said
to Abidjan.
He said he will make sure what he end insecurity and his boarding a flight. The person who want board flight where Abidjan. Now want insecurity. So I don't want to hear anything about insecurity. Anything else. If they want to kill all of Nigeria, let them kill everybody. Let us. No, that is the truth. Because
you might have your brothers in that area.
Which see, Mr. Christian, I'm not speaking Latin. I'm speaking English. I said even if it's me, fine. Anything that happen, let it happen. Because if the government cannot address this, we cannot continue on failed promises. Every day, study. What is it? When you travel last month, you promised to end insecurity. Anytime you meet with service chief last month, last week Thursday, you met with service chief. Nothing has been done. What does he need?
What's the essence of
What is the essence of your meeting with service chief? Why don't you think about I resign? You keep telling Nigerians for 7.5 years you will end insecurity. You will end security. When he traveled to Abidjan, when he boarded the flight, he was waving at us. He said, I went in insecurity and he boarded the flight. He don't go now. They give us Zamfara. He go come back again. They go kill. So what are the essence of people being the president? That means not president. Yes. Because if truly we are president, I don't think killing should happen on a daily basis. That is it. Because what is the essence of you having a leaders? If killings.
A former general.
Who give a former general? I don't know, maybe that rank. Even Paul General said he bribed his way to become a general. Because a general cannot be, but a general that has fought that has fought war cannot be overwhelmed by what? Insecurity. Yes.
Okay.
How can we have a president that claims to be a former general and still there's killing and killing? So why? So tell me, in your field, you failed. So why are you not the president? If you have a general, a general that has fought numerous war, he knows what to do. You have service chiefs. Tell them this is strategy I want you guys to use. This is what I want you to do. But no. And now you are saying.
Okay, Osibajo, he's saying the outcome of federal government efforts in battling insecurity underway. The outcome of federal government efforts in battling insecurity is underway. That means we are going to see the results.
Which result?
Be patient.
You should be patient. You're not a kid. Patient. 7.5 years. You should be patient. 7.5 years. Nigeria should be patient again. If you cannot stop, if you cannot tackle, see, the reason why Nigeria is still underdeveloped. See, look at the southern. There's a book I'll give you to read. What brings about underdevelopment? Insecurity. These are the attributes. No country can develop with any country that is not secured. Cannot be developed. That is why Nigeria is still a third world country. Don't expect anything. Don't expect anything. These are the primary functions of government. Security is number one. If you cannot sleep with your two eyes closed, then why are we Nigerians? Then why are we going out to vote? Then that means tomorrow you can be killed. I can be killed. Today now, when you see Buhari, when he fell down from the bike, then what did the president do? He flew him out of the country. Now, maybe Yusuf Buhari should die before the president can wake up and fight insecurity. Yes, because those that are lost their life, those that have lost their life are meaningless to the president. Maybe Yusuf Buhari, maybe the president or the senators, the vice president should lose one of their relatives. They should know how painful it is so that the needful can be addressed.
Let's ask when the strike ends today. Union may go on full-blown action.
Maybe see when pastor, maybe you need to take pastor on a tour to Nigerian tertiary institution.
Pastor Obon.
Yes, Pastor Obon. Take him on a tour and see how dilapidated these buildings are. Thank God you're a graduate. See the classroom. Is that place conducive? Can a pig learn in such an environment? Can they? A pig, dogs, goats, can they learn in such? See, thank God, maybe probably you went to a private university, but for us that went to a public university, you will see how congested the classroom is. There's no fan. If a lecturer comes in, we are close to like 900.
So the condition for learning is worrisome.
They ask me again. Maybe you should take your media, take your company, visit any of the school.
I understand what you are saying.
Go there.
Because it doesn't seem we have education.
There's no education.
It doesn't seem so.
See, to some extent, students sit on the fence just to receive lectures because there are no chairs. If you like, you listen to what the lecturer is saying. The lecturer would always tell you, I will not stress my voice. The microphone is not even working. And moreover, if there's no chain, my brother will suffocate inside the class. Some universities don't have blister to run power. In the modern day university, some Nigerian universities don't have power. Blister gen. And now we claim to have government. So what is the essence of you funding education? Why don't you privatize it and let private people take over it? If you know you can no longer fund it anymore. They cannot help us. If you know you cannot fund it anymore. Now you've been funding the education for many years now. Nothing good has been achieved. Someone was telling me that he left Nigeria in 1994 because of ASU strike. 27 years now, 1994, I think 28 years now. ASU strike is still on. My brother went to Nigeria. You cannot go to university now and say, because listen, you will not concentrate. If a lecturer see, because most of the lecturers comes to class, teach you with anger. They are not happy teaching you. They are always sad. These lecturers are not happy teaching students. That's why I see, go to class. It is only in Nigeria our teaching this thing has not gone digital. It's still manual. Lecturer will come and start writing chalk on the board. Chalk. Why they go to university?
So they use marker.
Which marker? Some people use chalk. There was a time lecturer was telling us. There was a time when lecturer was telling us. He said that see, we should buy marker. Every class, students contributing to get the marker because the school is not giving them marker.
Okay.
So what are we saying?
If you say you should privatize the federal universities, what of power that has been privatized but it's not working?
Is that what?
What of power that has been privatized but it is not yet working?
Power has not been fully been privatized. Government still controls some elements in this. Who controls transmission?
The government. NERC.
So there's still, see, we have two types of privatization. We have the full one and the partial one. Government just privatizes partially. If government wants power to work, let them take their hands off it. Anything government undo is so useless. Let government take off. Let government take hands off it at all. Now you cannot give. Now you do not from Genco, people that generate this are being owned by private firms. Now Genco sells to the transmission, which is now government gives to the discos the numbers of megawatts that need to be distributed. It's government. So if government give you Ikeja Electric 2,000 megawatts, count 2,000 megawatts, serve people of this people under this Ikeja axis. It's not possible. It's not possible. So until when private sectors take over everything from the Genco to the transmission and then to the distribution, that is when you can actually see power. Look at when government privatize airports. You saw now our airport has not been beautified because private firms now. Because as a private investor, you will not want to lose money. You will want to make money. That is the essence of business. But now I told you, I used to say, people see government property as a normal business. That is what I used to say. The foreign politics said, people see government property as a normal business. Because people will tell you, this is government business, not my business. Tomorrow, I will not be here. But if it's the private sector, you will work hard to make sure that you are being paid for what you are doing. So I want to appeal to them. If government knows they are tired of funding the education system in Nigeria, let them privatize it so that everybody can have peace of mind. And one thing, see, look at Mr. Christian now. That's what I'm saying. So the aviation sector proposed how many weeks strike? Proposed just strike, 1 strike. Now, why do you think those people put up the strike? Why? No, I want to know why.
Some things that's gone on the ground.
Something that's gone on the ground. The elite intervene because these elites these people don't travel by road. Some elites, the bourgeoisies, these are the owners of productions in this country. Intervene because they know it will affect them. Now, these same people, because their achievement is not in Nigeria, they're careless because of us. You see that? Because if fully now, shutting down aviation will not affect me. Because truth be told, I have not boarded a plane in my life. Do I ever want to even board a plane? No. But this elite will be what affected. The politicians, the lawmakers. So you see that anything that will not affect them directly, government will not look for a way to resolve it. You see that this aviation proposed strike would affect them because whenever they want to fly from the constituency back to Abuja, they bought flights. They know it will affect them. That was why they had to quench it. But also, their children is not in Nigeria. So that's
a good point. Finally, why I haven't named those behind insecurity in Imo,
the president told us he wants to name. Buhari said he has names of people sponsoring terrorism. He has names. Up to now, the president has refused to publish their names. Who's Odima to let him publish their names too? They are both of the same feather. Both like father, like son. President Buhari told us he has names too. Since January up to now, nobody has been arrested. Nobody has been prosecuted. Nobody has been charged to court. All put Odima too. Like mention their names. Mention their names too, please. Nigerians are tired of all this story. My brother, it is high time every Nigerians need to think outside the box. The only answer now is what? Revolution. Everything is like this. I don't tire for this country. Every day, I don't tire. Because we cannot continue like this. Now, if there is this suffering, what is the hope of the unborn generations? You see people using their mother for ritual. You see people doing fraudsters. You see people doing all sorts of nonsense. Because people always tell you it's because of the country. You saw a 26-year-old girl that was killed in Ebonyi by a Yahoo boy. See, any country, I want to state that now people keep saying Nigeria is broke. But people, these stupid politicians still pay 100 million to be president of a broke state. Who does that? If the country is broke, then why don't you give your 100 million to yourself and invest in business? It shows Nigeria is not broke. There's money in this country. Because if the country is broke, you will not pay 100 million to govern a broke country. Abi, nobody will do that. Nobody, yes. You will not pay money to be the president of a broke country. That is how they make us understand the country is broke. But 26 aspirants fucked out in other APC, fucked out 100 million. APC now is on money. Has generated how much? 2.6 billion. How much is asking for? 2.4 billion. If those 26 aspirants gave that money, come together, form unity, and say, please take this money, go back to classroom. Won't parents applaud them? Won't parents? I start to regret that. I told you when I was having government owe me money for NYC up to today, 3 months.
Okay.
If 26 people can make 2.6 billion, why can't they give the such money to what ASU? My brother, don't let them tell you that Nigeria is broke. There's money in this country, just that the money is not circulating. Okay. This political class, this ruling class, held on to that money. When that is what we call economy, is when things flow. People can easily feed. Nigeria is rich. Like Nigeria is endowed, but some set of people are holding on to that money.
Okay.
Because if you are not holding on to that money, you will not tell us Nigeria is broke. Ashwaju bought from 100 million to govern a broke country. Who does that? See, in don't reach stage we say everybody go face themselves. If na God, we go fight them. If na God, we go yes. Because if you see, I'll show you a message today. Someone sent me a message on my phone, a friend of mine. He was telling me, David is depressed. We both connected together. Up to today, he's yet to get a job. He said he even went to learn Babin. Still, no money to start up. The message he said this morning, I'll show you. I had to call him and speak to him that I had to send him a video. I said, keep on pushing. You don't have to give up. Just keep on pushing. Surely you will get there. I told him, I said, there's light there in the tunnel. Surely there's light there in the tunnel. So giving up is not an option. For people Nigerians, this bastard will give up. We the
Instead of us to give up.
Yeah, those bastards. Those shenanigans, those miscreants.
The witches and wizards.
No witches and wizards. Those politicians. Because the witches and wizards are the politicians, are the political elites, are the owners of means of production, who have got enslaved Nigeria, who have put us in one bondage. They will give up. No good, the masses don't give up.
Okay, thank you very much, Sir David. Happy Saraf. Good morning.
Christian, before I say good morning to you, I was even thinking I was the only one, calling these guys, these are politicians, witches and wizards. I heard David this morning calling them witches and wizards too. That's very good. We are getting there. Because all I know is that Our problem in Nigeria are not our grandmama in the village, our mother, our uncle, our grandpas. They are not the witches and wizards that all these prophets, fake pastors are telling us are our problem. Our problem are the people in the high positions, in the highly placed offices. Do you understand? In the exalted offices. They are the witches and wizards across the continent of Africa. You can't tell me that my dead grandmother that loved me is the one troubling me. In my local government is my local government chairman, the senator, the head, the rep, somebody that is representing us in that constituency is the one troubling my community, not even only me. So he himself is a witch, is a wizard. If he's a woman, he's a witch. So I don't need a soothsayer this time around to tell me my problem or to tell Nigerians their problem. Even the prophets should come out with the solution, with the point that the problems we have in Nigeria are the political class.
How do we get rid of this problem?
We can get rid of this problem. Thank you. The solution is what? We should define who we are, our identity, our character. Do we have love? We went to school. Are we acting like one? We said we know about the tenet or the philosophy about of this democracy. Do we really know what it means? Leadership. Do we really know the meaning of presidential system of government? Do we know the meaning of federalism? I don't know what I understand. Have we understood ourselves? Before we do what? We take care of this person. I'm an Igbo man. Am I going to stab an Igbo, a bad Igbo politician on the back? Stab him. I think understand so badly that if he hears about my comments, he will start shaking. Stabbing, I mean, is slapping him on the back, talking about his what? Dangerous activities, his shortcomings, irrespective of the fact that he's an Igbo. Am I a Yoruba man who can see what Tinubu and Sanwo-Olu is doing in Lagos State and say no, 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 and no? That is the real issue. That is how we will deal with those people. By the time every Nigerian come out in the north, east, and west and say, no, 2023, there is a region that has not tested that office. They are the one. I don't know what I understand. We are dealing with the problem. Okay, zoning has been, imbibed over the years. We are practicing zoning. South zone, not this zone, not that zone, southwest zone. Now it is done on southeast. They say, you see it? We are not dealing with the problem because each and every election that comes, Igbo man votes. Igbo man, we see a Yoruba man that is competent, he will vote. Igbo man, we see an Hausa man that will do it, he will vote. He saw a south that we do with Igbo man, we vote. Now it is done of the Igbo man. Everybody say, let me tell you. Actually, it seems that Nigeria doesn't want Igbo man. Nigeria is the one giving Igbo man the quit notice. Igbo man is not running away from Nigeria. Igbo man is not running away from every countries of the world. Why should we run away from Nigeria? We all started here in 1914. We are one. We are not alienating ourselves. We are not distancing ourselves from Nigeria. Nigeria is the one giving us what? Quit notice. Actually, let me tell you, Christian, Nigeria doesn't want Igbo. It is the south, southwest, northeast, not that, not here, that don't want Igbo man to be part of Nigeria. Don't you see what is going on now? That debate is zoning. Atiku, there's zoning Atiku in PDP. Atiku has come out with his long neck to tell us that it's not Igbo man's turn, that nothing like zoning. There's nothing like zoning again where Buhari is. Mr. Buhari. No longer zoning. But in the past, there was zoning. Presently, it is turn of the Igbos. Afenifere affirmed it. Ohaneze made straight statements about it, so outrightly. Middle Belt Forum, they superlatively agreed on zoning that is turn of people. The North elders, I mean the original houses, they say, what I say? What I say, man, it is their turn. Afenifere, after affirming, what did they do? They won and keep on warning Tinubu
and Ochibanjo. What's his name? Makinde. Fawemi of Ekiti. Akeredolu himself, I think that man is a nice man. He's been, I think, understand. He's eyeing the Igbos. I think understand. So let me tell you, to stop it, Christian, that is the solution. To stop it, we should do the needful. We should not be gazing or grinning at Igbo man. Look at him, Igbo. Anywhere they mention Igbo, all the zones in Nigeria, they will raise their eyes. That is when you will know that Hausa man is wise. Because Igbo man name is being mentioned. But let me tell you, there is no going back on zoning. It was outrightly the outcome of election delivered in the UNN Soka 1989/90 by the late Alex Ekweme. You understand? Election is delivered on true federalism. Okay, in 1989-90, I know I was a boy, small boy, but I was in my early 20s. Nobody can tell me what transpired then. It was zoning. The birth of SDP that translated into PDP. The beginning of zoning. Rotational presidency is it. He made mention it during that election. Alex Ekweme, rotational presidency. Okay, this is it. It has come to stay. Nobody can change it. Are you listening to me? They change it. All political parties, they cannot. All political party platforms, all political party platforms in Nigeria. KKK, Igbo, PDP, Igbo, APCC, MMBA, Igbo, Fencing Stroke Party, Igbo, 3, Apuga, Igbo, TTT Party, political party, Igbo, all the political parties across the country should zone it, Igbo, Chowores Party, Igbo, Durotoye Party, Igbo, Ivayoba Party, Igbo, all should be represented by Igbo man. I'm saying it with such audacity that nobody could challenge me because I'm saying the fact. If you do, you are looking something inside somebody's pockets, and that person you are looking inside something inside his pocket is looking for somebody's pockets. I'm trying to tell him what is going to be very, very effectual in this arrangement called Nigeria. Without that, we are missing it out. Democracy can never give us the what? Supposedly dividend. We will all miss out until Jesus Christ comes. It is Igbo man's turn. Igbo man should be there. Let me talk to you. For 47 years, the North, East, North, Central, North, this, North, that, have been ruling Nigeria. For 12 years, the Southwest ruled Nigeria. Obasanjo then, Obasanjo now. From 1999 till 2000 and what? Was it not 7? Thank you, 2007. That's it. Plus the other years he ruled there. From 1976 to 79. Is it not what? 3 years. Plus, thank you. Then someone like Adeshaniko, how many years? Some months. Let me tell you, Igbo man rule Nigeria only 6 months. The owner of Nigeria economy, the concrete, the pivots behind Nigeria economy, the people that are responsible for that achievement, the entrepreneurial giants across the continent of the world, rule Nigeria only 6 months. It is a riddle. It is a puzzle. It is like a dream. But let me tell you, I know that they are all jokers. They are joking because Igbo man has come to stay. Igbo man has come to receive the chunk, the part of the so-called national cake. I'm telling you, we are going there and we are chop them. It is not, we are going to chop them. It is not all about eating cake. National cake. You eat national cake, you don't buy flour, you buy other ingredients to prepare cakes that will, reach other regions. Your kinsmen, your fellow Yoruba, outside the Fulani, you are eating the national cake alone. Igbo man is coming to eat the cake and make bigger cake for every others to partake. It is not about eating the cake, only you. This time around, we are coming to enlarge the national cake so that everybody is going to benefit. Nobody will be hungry this time. People are coming to eat. Come and eat. You will eat. He will eat. Everybody will robo. This story continues. Time shall come when those ethnic minorities are coming to sound their own what? Gong of rotational presidency because they are part of Nigeria. You can't deny them.
Okay, let's talk about
Senator Ason Zeribe dies at 83.
Zeribe died anyway. I know he will be up to 80 something. I think it shouldn't be more than 80. He died in his 80s because I'm aware that in 1980s during the election between Awolowo, Chagare, Waziri Ibrahim, Azikiwe, Nnamdi Azikiwe then, and Tunde Braithwaite, Fela, and what's the name of this PRP man, People Redemption Party? Oh my God, that died in 1993. So let me tell you, the man was like 50-something years then, and he was a millionaire. He was one of the foremost Nigeria or even not African millionaires then, together with somebody like Abiola that time. I'm telling you, he was a rich man. He supported PDP. He bought for each and every governors under MPP political platform then, private jets. Zeribe was in his 50s then, so I'm of the point that they did not lie in his years. He's a very, very doggy, anyway, doggy or dogs politician. He was a senator during Obasanjo's regime. He what? He senated well after telling China. He senated us well when he was there. He senated well. And let me tell you, he's a man who come out rightly under ABN and stop the election that what? Abiola won in 1993. He said, no, don't go there because he parleyed with Babangida. It was part of what transpired then. Zeribe, let me tell you, he tried his best. You understand? To be there, but he could not get there. Only that he represented his constituency too well. May his soul rest in peace. He is from Oguta.
Why I have name those behind insecurity in Imo State, Governor Uzodimma?
Uzodimma, no. No, I know Uzodimma. Name them now. Why are you postponing what should be done today, tomorrow? You are postponing it 2 weeks time. By 2 weeks time, Nigerians, something is wrong with their brain. They don't have retentive brain. Their memory, Nigerians, our memories cannot retain anything. See, you are promising Nigeria 2 weeks time. After they must have Gbedu party together, they will forget this your promise of 2 weeks. Uzodimma, name the sponsors of killings across southeastern Nigeria. We want you to name them so that we start dealing with them now. You are saying they are your political opponents. They are your political opponents. When you stole a mandate given to Ihediola, don't you know that something like this will come to what? Play out in Imo State. Now you are giving us dates. Tell us those people that are sponsoring killings in the southeast. Tell us those your political opponents. Make it known today. Today is Monday. Why are you postponing what should be done? What is supposed to be done today? You are postponing it 14 days time. We are all going to forget. People, those press, those journalists, they will forget to tell you, nah, tell us if he promised like 2 weeks. Tell us just a word. No, yes, it's a word. Just a phrase. Just talk. Can you pay transportation before you make a statement? Talk. You can't pay money. Stop postponing it because Uzodimma, you orchestrated killings in the southeastern Nigeria. You started it by stealing your brother's mandate. You started it by what? Killing Imo lines, tagging all of them IPOB. You started it by what? Inviting Fulani herdsmen to what? To take over Imo State. Those are the things that accumulated all these killings. Had it been army operation, you did not call the military operation to that land, something like this will not be. Let me tell you, IPOB and the military men, they have gone into such animosity that presently you cannot see an army uniform man in Igbo land today. They hide their faces. They go in groups. He that is in military uniform goes not alone. They go in gregarity, in group. Because of what? Animosity. Enmity you have created between Igbo youth and the Nigerian soldiers. It lingers and grows by the day. You are the cause of that. You don't have any craft to tell me, any lies to tell people that you are not the one that you are not the one that began military operation in the southeastern Nigeria. You are the one, you invited the military, they dropped many guns at Olu Aziz, Uguta, everywhere in Imo State. Something that happened 54 years ago. The land of Imo State, the land of the southeastern Nigeria, They are just gazing at you. Because you can never rule and go scot-free. The land you are matching, they have cost you. You will never go free. Tell us, if you want to tell us those that sponsors clean in Imo State, let me advise you and help you. Tell the whole world that you are number one. Before you accuse the Hedioha or Okorocha, hope, just tell us that you are number one so that we will start from you. Christian, the sponsors of killings in Imo State, Uzodinma is trying to announce it in 2 weeks' time. Iri, na Oboshano. Okay. How many market days is it in Igbo land? It is too far to me. A market day, a week in Igbo land is just 4 days. Divide 4. Divide 14 by 4. Izunaton Oma. Izunaton Nambubo. In Anuenegu, on Agazi Izuano. Izuano is 16 days. 4 market days in Igbo land is 16 days. Uzodinma is postponing it. Izunano, tell us today is Monday, so that we will start preparing on how to what? Curb, on how to what? Checkmate those guys that are responsible for sponsorship of
the issue with the unknown gunmen and the military in the southeast. There's this talk about.
Let me tell you what happened. Let me just cool down. Anyway, I want to analyze it quietly to Nigerian diaspora Nigerians. The killings in the southeast, it has been, hijacked. There are many factors that are killing people in the southeast. You have these people that call themselves unknown gunmen. Unknown gunmen, let me advise and tell you something. You that is watching us in Europe, America, all over the world. The unknown gunmen has nothing to do with ESN. They have nothing to do with IPOB, indigenous people of Biafra. They are from various factions, as I'm just explaining to you now, that there are many political opponents in the southeastern Nigeria fighting themselves. And one of the factors among these factors I named, one is federal. Federal government, they use DSS, they use unknown government to kill Igbo eminent personalities. Example, the shooting of Professor Chike Akunyili. It has nothing to do with the people from that extraction, from southeastern Nigeria. They are not the one responsible. Igbo man, IPOB, we have no reason to kill what is their own. Igbo man, IPOB, ESN, what they stand for here, there, in the southeastern Nigeria, they stand against Fulani herdsmen, menace, and the killings in the farmlands. Fulani herdsmen, menace, and killings in the southeastern Nigeria. They kill and maim our women that are farming. They kill and maim our men. They come into our community, they raid and kill at night. So that's why we initiated ESN. We initiated ESN. We have not invited anybody in Igbo land to kill ourselves, to kill soldiers, to kill police. Do you know the reason why soldier is involved? ESN, Eastern Security Network, will be working hard to make sure that they check or curb the menace of herdsmen, terrorism in the southeast. They will do that and protect, to give them the protection they need. They need it. But you see what happened in the recent times? If these ESN people are engaged, the Fulani herdsmen, on what? Confrontation. Maybe gun duel. Nigerian military will come there. They will not stand as a big brother. They will not stand as #1 security platform in Nigeria to separate the two or to make peace between two of them. Do you know what they do? They will turn against ESN. They will turn against Igbo man, indigenous people of Biafra. They will turn against ESN and start killing them. What do you mean? It means you are supporting herdsmen. Nigerian military are backing up herdsmen terrorism across the country. They did it in Ogun State. They did it in Oyo State. My brother, let me tell you, Osun State is not left out. Anywhere they go, they protect herdsmen killing people. Okay. That is what has transpired in the eastern Nigeria. Nobody is against the military. The current killings of military couple in the eastern Nigeria, let me tell you, I see that video. It's a current rumor. It's not a current killing because no woman was killed in Igbo community. No community in Igbo land has been able to come. It's getting to 1 week now to tell the world that they are losing their beautiful daughters. No community has been able to come out and say, my daughter is missing. No community in Imo State, Abia State, Anambra, Ebonyi, Enugu has been able to come out and say, our in-law from Kaduna, what is missing? Nothing like that. That video was what? A detect. Let me tell you, a man powerful, the spokesman of IPOB. He has come out to challenge Nigeria, to challenge the Southeast, that we want to know that lady from the family he comes from. My brother, today, research every hands on the desk, investigating to know the family from where that our daughter comes from. Okay. You see, it was a previous killings by who? The ritualists, miscreants that have hijacked sit at home in the southeastern Nigeria. They have used that as what? Opportunity to perpetrate all manners of nefarious activities in the southeastern Nigeria. They are very wicked miscreants. They commit every that start act in that region to see that they give IPOB bad name.
Okay, thank you very much.
Are you listening to me?
Yeah.
If Army is saying that IPOB, ESN are the one responsible, let me tell you, they are trying to do what? Embark on another military operation, Operation Python Dance, to see that they kill, they mime more innocent Igbo youths in the southeastern Nigeria. I'm telling you, the military, do your research, cast your dragnet, cast it so wide, spread it and go into investigation to know if actually a military couple was killed. Because no community has been able to come out from Imo State and said their daughter is missing. None. None. The media is writing nonsense. That's how they wrote the other day that Britain has declared or proscribed IPOB. But I tell you, Britain did not do that. But if Britain has done that, do you know what happened? Igbo man will shut down London. Boris Johnson will never go to his office or house.
Thank you very much.
Because IPOB is not a thorough group. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's that one from Mr. Raphael. Whatever anyone says here is not the position of Flip TV. We are neutral in all statements here this morning. Once again, thank you for watching the program. We are on Facebook. Flip TV NG, and also on Instagram, Flip TV NG. Thank you very much for being part of the program. I am Christian Chukwu. I'll say bye for now till tomorrow, as we have another exciting edition of Bystanders at the Newsstands.
Every time ulcer will trouble you, your belly will make noise, things like stomach noise, all these things will be cured from here. Are you with me? A problem share is a problem solved. Some people today, they carry infection for body, then begin hide them. Make you not hide them. The more you hide them, the more you cause more damage to your body. You know yourself, how strong you are. When sickness throws you like this, you to make medicine to be like small again. Instead, you will ask yourself, now maybe this, every time now maybe this. Remember, the problem shared is a problem solved. If you get something to trouble you for your body and you don't understand proper, make you run one and explain to the senior doctor, one-on-one, he will carry the medicine.